Hey guys, welcome back to my channel for another beauty related video. Today is another inventory declutter day. We are going through all of my blushes, bronzers, and highlighters and my face palettes. Everything you see here is everything I currently own. I don't believe I'm missing anything. If I am though, I'm sorry, we're all human and we make mistakes. But I'm pretty sure this is everything I own. So I'm gonna open it all up, I'm gonna talk to you about it all. We're gonna see if there's anything in here I feel like it's time to part with. If there is anything from this that I end up decluttering and it is already opened and used, if it's still in good shape, I will offer it to a friend to see if they want to give it a try. If not, it will be going to the trash. But I do have friends who will probably like to try anything I might declutter. If it is something that is just expired or like really old, I will just be parting with it. It'll just go to the trash because I don't want to give away or give to any of my friends anything that might not be safe. And then if I have anything that is new, unopened, unused, and hasn't been in my collection for too long, and I declutter, then if I have something like that, then that I can put into a giveaway for you guys. So that is how I am doing this. Do I expect to get rid of much from this? No. But you never know. You never know. So I'm not going to give swatches of everything, or if there ends up being something that you want to see more of, let me know, and maybe I'll just put it in like a quick little video on TikTok or something. Okay, I think we're going to start with the highlighters, and then we'll move into the bronzers, and then we'll go to the blushes. I will have timestamps in case there is a section you just don't care to watch, so you can jump to what you would like. So let's go ahead and get set up for our highlighters. Okay, these are all the highlighters I own. We are starting with 11. Now this one is a face one, so it has more than just one in here, but because it is only highlighters in here, that is why this is in this collection. So where should we start? I think we'll just go ahead and start with this one. We'll start with this one. So this is from Ofra Cosmetics. This is the Signature Palette Frosted Glow, and this has 5 of their top selling highlighters. So in here we have Moon Dance, Rodeo Drive, Covenant Garden, Soho, and Sahara Dawn. Now this is not one that I gravitate towards, however I do really enjoy these 2 shades right here, so I keep it around mostly for that. This one I've used. This one I don't think I've ever used outside of a swatch, and the same with this one. But these 2 I do reach for. So I don't reach for this as often as I would like, but I reach for it enough to where I'm going to keep it. Then over here we have Milk and Cookies. Now this is one that I was accidentally sent when I had ordered Sugar Cookie, right? Let's see, yeah. I had ordered Sugar Cookie and they accidentally sent me Milk and Cookies and told me to go ahead and keep it. Well, they went ahead and sent me this one. So Milk and Cookies is one that I would have not ordered myself, and that is because it is a split. And I'm not somebody who enjoys different shades in the same pan. Even though this is a big enough pan, it still makes me not want to gravitate towards it. I have swatched it and I have used it a couple times. I just keep forgetting to pull it out. So I'm going to give it 1 more year, but if I don't use it enough this next year, it'll have to leave my collection because it is beautiful, but at this point it's starting to just take up unnecessary space. Then we have the one that I actually ordered, which is Sugar Cookie, and this one is beautiful. This one is like a pinky highlight, absolutely beautiful on the skin, but yet I forget to reach for it. I think it's the packaging type, to be completely honest. I do think it's that because it's a beautiful formula. It's beautiful on my skin. It's closed up and I just don't see the color, so I forget about it type of thing. Versus with my favorite highlighter of all time, which is also from Ofra Cosmetics. This one is in Star Island. This one I gravitate towards all the time, not only because it's my favorite color or my favorite shade from them, but because I easily see it. So whether it's in my everyday makeup area or put away for a while, I see it so quickly and I'm like, yes, I want that. I know that this packaging is much older and does not have nearly as good quality as this packaging, but yet I still reach for this all the time. I have had this for such a long time. I have used this in a couple different project pans and I have still not hit pan on it. There is so much product in here. So if you are somebody who loves highlighter, I would highly suggest this formula because it lasts forever. And then if you're somebody who just likes a little bit, then maybe get their smaller sizes or like the 5-pan ones. So I'm definitely keeping this. We're just talking Ofra right now. I'll just go ahead and grab this one. Last year, I went ahead and decluttered my other one of this, and this one I have is Presley. So if I'm being honest, I have maybe used this 2 or 3 times this year, and no, actually, I think I did use it 5 times because I believe it was pulled into a project pan at some point. But clearly, I'm just not getting use from it, and when I used it in that project pan, I did enjoy it, but I'm not loving it. And I've had it for quite some time, and I love the packaging, and I love everything about it. I just don't reach for it. I think I have a friend in mind who would like to give this a shot to see if she likes this type of formula. I am going to go ahead and declutter this one, which does make me sad, but it's just time. It's just time. So this one is going to be decluttered. Okay, then we have these two. These are from I Heart Revolution. These are the e.l.f. highlighters. They are still in their boxes because I have yet to use them. That's right. So this one is Jovi. Really pretty. It's starting to get messy because it's just getting tossed around in my drawers. I need to just open these and give these a shot. Hopefully I will do that this year. But I really enjoy the packaging. It's really cute. I just forget that they exist. So I need to be intentional with them. Then I also have it in the shade Buddy. So Jovi and Buddy. Buddy's more gold toned. I just need to give these a shot. I need to see what the formula is like, and I need to decide if they need to stay in my collection. So yeah, I'm keeping that. I know I probably shouldn't, but I am. e.l.f. is my favorite, my all-time favorite Christmas movie, so it's really hard to pass on something like that. Okay, let's see. We're down to these 4. Okay, so this one here, Essence the highlighter. This is in 04 Divine. This is actually in my project pan, which is out the door in 24. And this is one of the products that no matter how much is left in it at the end of the year for this project would be about the 21st of December, this has to be decluttered. So this will be being decluttered, and I will count it as a declutter in this as well because it will have to be decluttered. I did not end up using this anywhere as much as I had hoped that I would. It is a pretty shade. It's just so light and not very shimmery that it just doesn't work amazingly on me. Sometimes it does, sometimes it doesn't. I don't love it. It's fine for drugstore. I just don't love it. I don't love it. So I am okay with parting with this one. Then we have this from SheGlam. If you watched my last video, which was the decluttering of like my foundations and primers and setting powders and all of that stuff, if you haven't watched it, you should go watch it. I'll link it at the end here and above. But if you did watch it, you know that I'm not in this part of my life where I feel like I want to support this brand, and I had received a couple items from this brand because I had bought a Tread Mood box. And I want to show you this one because this is adorable, and I kind of want to keep it, but I'm not going to. I'm not going to open it completely because I want to keep it completely sealed. But that is actually really cute. It's like a little spaceship. It's super cute. Super, super cute. It looks like it's going to be a pretty shade. Part of me really wants to keep this, but I think somebody else is going to enjoy this more. So I'm going to go ahead and declutter that. I just wanted to show you what that looked like because that looked adorable. And this is the only time that I have opened this. So, yeah, that has not been unsealed at all. So that's going to be decluttered and going into a giveaway for you guys. Okay, guys, we have two last products. Let's start with this one. This one is the Glam Light Coca-Cola Glow Highlighter. This was their more recent launch that they did with Coca-Cola. And I just got this literally 2 days ago because I bought it on Black Friday. And look at that. It's a Coke cap. Isn't that so cute? Like, I literally did buy it for the packaging. I'm not gonna lie. Like, this is adorable. I hope you can see the detailing in this. It is so cute. So, so cute. And this only came in one shade to my knowledge. And it looks like it's gonna be a fun, bright shade. It does have a little mirror there. And it's so cute. It's definitely very bright, maybe a little shifty. Actually, let's go ahead and give this a little bit of a swatch. Ooh, this is my first time swatching this. That feels very nice. Oh my goodness, that has shifts. That is gorgeous. That is so shifty. It's like purple, greenish, very light green. Oh my goodness, okay. That is beautiful. Oh guys, I don't think I've had a formula quite like this, or definitely not a shade like this for a highlighter. So if you see me all of a sudden with major highlight going on, you know it's probably because of this right here. That is beautiful. Oh my gosh, I am so, so excited for this product. It doesn't have a scent at all, which I'm perfectly fine with, but if they were going to give it a scent, it should have been a Coca-Cola scent. But I'm also fine with it not, because I think that'll make it last longer. I'm so excited for this. Obviously, that's going nowhere. Okay, the last item we have here is from Ciate London. This is the Glow 2 highlighter. This was sent to me a while back in an Ipsy or a something. An Ipsy or a BoxyCharm. And this is in the shade Moon Dust. And it is such a beautiful, beautiful shade. And I'm debating because I keep it in this container and so I forget about it. Oh, that's so gold. That is gorgeous. Let's swipe that. Oh my goodness gracious. It feels beautiful. It looks beautiful. I really need to find a way to bring this out more because, okay, the question is though, do I need it? Let's see what I have in Ofra's. Let's see. Let's see how Sugar Cookie compares. Let's see. Okay, so they're kind of similar. This one is more, I would say, more rose gold, and this one's more almost true gold. I don't know if you can see that difference there. Hopefully you can. And then, no, not in there, in this one. I think there's a similar color in this one. Okay, there might be. Let's see. So let's try this here first. No, that's even more true gold. Okay, what about this one? Oh, wow. That's more of a coppery. Okay, so I do think that all the shades that I have, which I hope you're able to see them well, I do feel that they're different enough, and I'm going to go ahead and keep this one for one more cycle. But this one has been on the chopping block for so long that it really needs to get some movement going. Okay, so we started our highlighter declutter with 11 products. We are parting with 3, leaving us with 8. And I know this one is technically 5, but it's fine. We're 8, okay? Really and truly, one of these might end up leaving next time. These might end up leaving next time, especially if they haven't been touched yet. And this one will probably leave next time. So I'll have to see. I wonder if I'm going to bring in more highlighters or if I'm going to go down even lower next year. I don't know. We'll just have to watch and see. All right, let me clear this up and let's move into our bronzers. Okay, well, bronzers. Not bad at all. In fact, some might say that this is very minimal. With only 6 bronzers to start us out. Wow. Okay, I could have sworn I had more. But no, I guess that makes sense as I'm trying to think of what they would be, and no, I don't think I do. So we are starting with 6 bronzers. If you were here last year, you saw last year's declutter. Most of these look familiar. But we're still going to go through them, and especially for those who weren't here last year, okay? We're going to start with this big puppy over here. This is from Iconic London. This is the Ultimate Bronzing Powder in Light Bronze. This is a favorite of mine. It has a nice little mirror. It is a huge, huge product. This is something that I have brought into several project pans and have yet to hit pan on. I don't know when or if I will ever hit pan on this thing. It is crazy how much is in here. But we are still going at it, still loving it. It's still a very good shade for winter and springtime for me. Not so much in the summer, but I am going to go ahead and keep this. Then we have my favorite bronzer. This is from Too Faced. This is the Milk Chocolate Soleil. I don't know how you say that. But this one, again, also has a small mirror. I don't really use it. And then it smells like chocolate. So good. That's hard to beat. But then also the shade really works for me in late fall, winter, and spring, and like the beginning of summer. The dead of summer, I can't use this. It just is too dark. Or it's just way too light. But I can make it work. Now, I have been using this nonstop. This was even brought into a project pan. I have not hit pan on this, but maybe you can see that the wording is starting to really go away. Like it's really struggling to stay there. It smells so good. So this one is also staying. Then we have this one from e.l.f. Now this is their Halo Glow Beauty Wand Contour. I have this in light medium. I don't think I've ever used it, guys. Like, I've never tried it because of the wand. Oh, maybe I did try it. Or it's just breaking through. I don't remember trying this. It smells just like makeup, so it doesn't smell bad. It doesn't look bad. So I'm going to... I feel like I need to try this because I don't remember ever trying it, and I think I need to see if I like it at all. So I am going to keep this. You know what? No, I'm changing my mind. My gut is saying not to keep this. And it makes me sad because I really don't remember using this. So either that means that it was so unrememberable, or I actually didn't, and it's just been sitting in my collection for a while. So it's also like very separating. I don't know if you can see the color is changing. It doesn't smell bad, but like it's clearly, no, it's time. It's time. This one we're decluttering. End of story. Okay, next we have this from Essence. This is Baby Got Bronze. This is in shade 10, Cinnamon Spice. It is a little dark for me. I'm not gonna lie. It's a little dark. It smells like watermelon, and I freaking love that. It is a little dark, so I use it for underpainting most of the time. And I don't use it very, very often, but I do love it, and I'm going to keep it. Okay, then we have this one from Hanale. It's a matte bronzer. They are a Hawaiian brand. I don't know what shade this is in, but this one I've had for a very, very long time. This was another Ipsy or BoxyCharm. This was towards the very beginning of me getting those. So this is a long time. Okay. It smells like absolutely nothing. It is starting to look a little dry and like it's starting to dry out. Texture-wise, it feels okay, but then when you go and you rub it around, it changes color, and it's, I don't know, I feel like the color has been changing. I think it is time to part with this one. I really loved this when I first had it, and I used it for a while, for at least a couple years. But I think it's just at the point, like even on my finger, I can see that it's like, the color is like different from one section to another. Yeah, I think it's time to part with this one just for the fact that it is so old. It is a brand that is based in a Hawaiian-based brand, but it is actually made in South Korea. I don't think I recognized that before. Yeah, the color has definitely changed a bit because it's now looking a little bit more orangey than it should. So I'm going to part with this, but it is something that if they're still around, I would buy this, but I haven't seen anything from this brand in so long. I did for a little bit at the beginning of 2024 see maybe some skincare products, but I don't think I recognize them doing any more makeup. So if this is around, I would recommend it, but it's time for it to go out of my collection. Okay, last but certainly not least, this is the NYX Professional Makeup Butter Melt Bronze in the shade Deserve Butter. This is one that they came out with this year, and I was so excited to try it. I was really sad that their brushes that they launched with both this and the blush never made it to my stores. They had displays, but they never made it to my stores. I even asked the management, and they're like, yeah, we were sent the displays, we've never been sent the brushes. Online, they did have the brushes for a very short time, and then they went to notify me, and then they disappeared. I don't know if they're back on or not, but I'm really sad that they didn't keep fulfilling that, because I feel like those brushes would have fit in this packaging better. So I'm gonna give a little review of these real quick, okay? I love the packaging. I think that it is really well done. It feels like quality. It's a different shape, a unique shape. I love the formula. I love the naming. It's all just so fun, okay? But the downside to this is with the shape, your typical bronzing brushes don't always work that well. So you have to get a little creative. And that's why I wish that the brushes that they had initially launched with them would still be here and still be around. And I hope they do relaunch them, because I think they would fit perfectly in here. I don't know about the density of them, if they would work well. I don't know. Now these are a lot more pigmented than I expected. So this shade I thought would be perfect for me. And I can make it work, but it works best as an underpainting because it's much darker than anticipated. But it is beautiful. It feels amazing. It looks beautiful on the skin. It's darker than you're going to think it is. So just keep that in mind if you are looking into getting any of these. And that goes for the bronzers and the blushes. Okay, so we started with 6 bronzers. We are decluttering 2, meaning we're down to 4. Wow. I do have a feeling that in 2025, this number is going to go up. At least, I would assume to about 8 to 10. That's what I'm assuming for 2025. Just knowing where my current desires are laying. But who knows? I might be wrong. All right, let's move in to the face palettes. Okay, these are the only 3 face palettes I own. As a side note, I am not including any palettes that also have eyeshadow. So I do have a couple Ofra Cosmetics palettes that have face and eyeshadows. Those will be included either on their own in another video or with the eyeshadow palettes. So keep that in mind. So here I have 3. So here from Ofra Cosmetics, we have the Charm Your Cheeks with 6 of their top. It was supposed to be all blushes, but to be completely honest, I use this one as bronzer for me. So if you like brown blushes, this is a brown blush, or supposed to be, but I use it as a bronzer because I'm so very light. These 2 I've started kind of mixing together, but I don't use them much. This one I really don't reach for. This one I've used a couple times mixing with this, but this here is my go-to shade. And that is Mai Tai. So, oh gosh. I really do like this palette, and I reach for it for these 2 shades, but I have this shade on its own. But the thing is, I travel with this. So because of that, I'm going to keep it again for another year and see if I can get more use on it. But if I don't, I'll probably be decluttering it next time I do a declutter. Then I have the Iconic London face palette. This is the Blonde Chaser face palette made in Italy. This thing has a mirror with it. This thing opens all the way. While these blushes are not blushes I love, when I am traveling or when I am needing to go do makeup at somebody else's house before an event or something, this is what I take. I don't bother taking my individual things. I don't bother taking a blush that I like better because this is just easier. So I do mix these 2 together to be able to use them. This one or this one I will use as a highlighter. And then these 2, again, I use together as a bronzer. I love this. I don't use it all that often, but it is still good. It is starting to get to the point where I'm going to start questioning whether or not it's safe to use, but for now, I'm still using it. I'm still loving it, and so I'm going to keep it. All right, then we have this Glowdient makeup palette from Touch in Soul. This is the Pretty Filter Glowdient makeup palette. This is made in Taiwan, it looks like. I kept this for such a long time because it has something I don't like. First off, this packaging is absolutely stunning. Beautiful. Okay, you open it up. Beautiful. It is gorgeous. You have a beautiful mirror there. Just beautiful, beautiful packaging. But as you can see, all of the shades touch. And for me, I don't like that. So last year I said that I needed to use this or I needed to be decluttered. And either at the very end of last year or the very beginning of last year, I did decide to use it. And as you can probably see, I used it with just keeping the 1 shades. And it was difficult to use, but it was so beautiful. It is so, so beautiful, but I never reach for this. While every single one of these shades is beautiful and a shade I could use, because they're all touching, I have a mental hang up and I just don't reach for it. I've also had this in my collection for years, so it is time to go ahead and let this go because I have proven to myself that as beautiful as this is, I'm not going to reach for it. So I do think it has a little bit of life left into it, or in it, so I'm going to let a friend use it and until it goes bad. So it is beautiful, beautiful packaging and beautiful formula. And if they were individual, which I haven't looked if they are or not, I could see getting them, but not touching. I can't do it. So we started with 3 face palettes, parting with 1, bringing us down to 2. All right, are we ready for the biggest section of this video, it is time for the blush. Okay, for some of you, you're gonna be like, that's not a lot. For me, this is a lot of blush. Especially, please keep in mind that I make no money from this channel yet, and I have not ever been sent any PR for this channel yet. So, this is a lot when you consider that I buy it all myself. Also, apologize, the light keeps changing a little bit. I'm using partially natural light and partially ring light. So hopefully it's not looking too dark, and hopefully the sun stops hiding. Okay, so we are starting with 24 blushes, and blushes are my second favorite product. Eyeshadows being my first, blushes being my second. So I'm actually shocked that it's not higher, but at the same time, it's a lot, okay? I am glad that I have a good variety of brands here, but I still want more. And I have a feeling that blush is going to be the one that every year gains more. Okay, let's just dig right in. I'm gonna say, just looking at this, I don't know that I'm gonna have any declutter. Oh my goodness, I am missing one. Hold on. Where is it? Okay, I lied. So there's 25. I don't know if that makes me feel better. Okay. So, guys, I don't know that we're going to have a declutter in this, but let's go through it. Let's just start with the NYX Buttermelt Blush. I already told you the packaging and everything. I love these products. I have mine in Had Butter. I do want to get a few more shades of the blush, but it's okay if it doesn't happen. She be gorgeous. Okay, guys, she is gorgeous, and she has a beautiful little design on there. Look at that. Oh my goodness gracious me. That just brings me so much joy. I freaking love that. Yes, this is a bit much for my skin, so I do need to, I use this as underpainting typically. So 100% keeping that. Since I went ahead and started with orange, I guess I can just go ahead and get out all the orange ones and see what maybe I don't need and go around that way. Okay, so this one is O for Cosmetics. This is the Mai Tai, which is in that face palette that I'm keeping. It is the orange one. Oh, so pretty. I reach for it more in this, and I do feel like this one is softer. I don't know if it's because maybe it's newer. Oh my goodness, such a different orange from that first one. This one is like a pink, peachy orange, but like super pigmented. So pretty and so different. Keeping that. Let's see, that's not orange. What other orangey ones do we have? Oh, this one, okay. This is from Benefit. This is the Butterfly shade. I actually just got this recently, like in the last, at the most 2 months, I think. Maybe it was October, I don't know. But I haven't used it. So let's go ahead and swap this one. It's beautiful. And I am going to swap it right now for you guys. Swatch it, I should say. That feels much rougher than I thought it would. So I'm going to be interested to see what this formula feels like on me. That is a much more shimmery orange. But yet, even though it's like brighter orange, it's still lighter. I don't know if that makes any sense. And it has a good shimmer to it. Absolutely beautiful. Keeping that. This section might just end up being swatches of blushes instead of declutter because, guys, I love these. Oh, I lied again. There's another one. Okay, so that's 26, I believe we're at. We'll just put that there. Okay. Okay. That one is kind of orangey, not like super orangey. Okay, let me come to, from Singe Beauty, we have Persistent Persimmon. I am not getting rid of this at all. I absolutely love this formula. And guys, the pricing on these are amazing. So Singe Beauty is owned by another beauty YouTuber here. Agnieszka, I believe is how she says her name. She is, I'll have her linked below. She owns this brand and runs a beautiful YouTube channel. This formula is gorgeous. And this shade is so fun to play with. So fun. It has like a little bit of a shimmer, but there's no like glitter particles or anything. There's a little bit of a shimmer. And again, I'm so happy that all of my shades so far are so different from each other, because then I don't have to justify keeping them. Okay, another orange. Let's go to this. This is Juvia's Place Blushed Rouge in Volume 6. This has 2 orangey shades. One is more orange and one is more peachy. This one has a little bit of a shimmer to it, and this is completely a much brighter orange. I'm gonna put it next to this one. Oh, it's like a red orange. Oh my goodness. And yes, this is another one that's very deep on me. It's formulated for darker skin tones, so it makes sense that it's deeper on me, but I still make it work. I love it. It brings me joy. And it's just different enough from that other one that I'm definitely thinking I'm gonna keep that. Then let's go to this lighter one. This one is much more peach leaning. I don't see a shade that it's close to, so I'll just put it here. Oh my goodness gracious. I will say that this one, even though this is much better for my skin tone, I don't reach for this shade much, but I do like that shade a lot. So keeping that. Then we have my favorite that was my favorite for the longest time. This is from Too Faced. This is the Love Flush I Will Always Love You. I clearly was obsessed with it, so when it got discontinued, I bought backups. And this one I just recently finally hit pan on. I'm so happy about that. Let's swap that a little bit. This one's much lighter, but this is what got me into orangey and peachy colors. And it's like a pinky peach. Like it's stunning. Absolutely stunning. So keeping those. Don't judge me, guys. I love my blush. And I wanted to get to the point where I had only things I loved. So I think for blush, I'm doing well. Let's see. That's not at all in this shades. Oh, this one has an orange. So this is the CoverGirl Clean Fresh Blush Palette in 105 Peachy Dull. So they're all supposed to be around that shade. So clearly, so it has a mirror. I did like this, and I forget to grab to really use it, but I do like it. It feels really nice. This is the orange. I'm gonna say it's probably closest to that one. So let's, oh, that's actually almost identical. Do you see where it like transitions? Because that is almost identical to each other. Like there's slight difference. Interesting. Okay, which one was that? That was the Mai Tai, wasn't it? Okay. Since that shade is so similar, I wonder what these others are. Let's see. So this one I don't really ever use. Yeah, because it's like this pink. Put it here. Yeah, it's a bright pink. I don't use that one at all. And this one I think was more of a highlighter. Yeah, that's a highlighter. That should have been with the face palettes, actually. You know what? That's not a highlighter I use. That's not a pink shade I'll use. It's only the orange in there that I'm using. And it looks so similar to this other orange, and I forget that this exists. So while this is a good palette, and I would suggest getting it, I think it's time for me to actually declutter that. I did not see that one being decluttered, but I think it's time. Okay, we actually have a blush declutter. I am shocked. Oh my goodness, am I going to declutter this? I am, because I'm not using these two, and then that one is just pretty much identical. Yeah, it's going away. Oh my goodness gracious. Whew, whew, that one's making me sweat a little bit. Okay. Let's see. I don't think for powders I have much more orange. This one is from Too Faced. This is their Cloud Crush, their blurring brush in Tequila Sunset, and I thought this was going to be more orange than it actually is, but it is a favorite. I love the look of it. I love the smell of it. It's a cute little thing. It smells amazing. If you guys ever come across a perfume that smells like this, you need to let me know, because I will buy it up in bulk. I love the scent of this. So this one is feeling a little rougher than when I first initially bought it, but it still works fine. I'm not partying with it. Don't even think about it. But let's see. It actually almost looks like it's, I'm gonna put it over here. Yeah, see, I thought when this first launched that this was gonna be a replacement for this one. And you can tell that they're kind of close. Hopefully you can tell. The lighting's being weird. Come on. You can tell they're kind of close. But this one's got a more stronger pigment, and this one has more shimmer to it. But I love it. Absolutely love it. Definitely keeping that one. I apologize again. The light just keeps not working great with me. I wonder. This one's more red. This one's a different formula. This one's darker. Let's check out the Shades by Sean blush palette, because this, I'm pretty sure I have swatched it, but I don't think I've used it. And if I have, it's been very, very little. Beautiful, beautiful ombre packaging. This was something that I got in a BoxyCharm or Ipsy. And guys, I never reach for it, even though I believe it has shades I like. Maybe. Okay, let's just do, all right, let's see what Apricot looks like. That one's okay. Put it down here. Okay, Apricot is beautiful. I think it's just, I forget that this exists. Okay, let's take that off. Peach. Ooh, peach I like. Peach is really pretty too. Why don't I ever remember this? All right, raspberry. Oh, that's a much different shade for me. Oh yeah, no, that I probably wouldn't use. And I got so much on it. And last but certainly not least is Plum. And Plum, I don't think is a shade I would ever use. Like, ever. Oh my goodness gracious, that is hilarious. You know, I could see that being for like a costume. Wow. Okay. I want to keep this for the apricot and peach shade, but these two shades I really am not going to grab, and I've had this for a long time and I've not been using it. So even though they're beautiful, I'm going to part with them. I think I have a friend in mind who would like to use this before it goes bad. So I am going to hand it to her, tell her she is very beautiful and she needs this palette, and hopefully she will love it. But I am not going to keep it. Okay, so this is where we are for these swatches. I think the sun changed a bit, so hopefully you can see that a little bit more. I love those oranges. I'm gonna clean off my arm and then we'll keep digging into the rest of this. My arm is a little bit tinted. That's all right. Okay, where were we? So we're still sticking with the powders. I also have this Juvia's Place Blush Rouge Volume 2. This one is also oranges. I forgot that this one was also oranges. Okay. Let's see. Oh, yes. This is the one that I gravitate towards. How did I forget? So this one, beautiful. This one's a little bit more pinky. And so I don't use this one nearly as often, but I still really like them. And I like them mixed together. Okay. So that one is staying as well. Then I have this bronzer. So this is the Bare Minerals bronzer in the shade Kiss of Copper. This is supposed to be a blush and bronzer connected. For me, it is mostly a blush, but I love it. If I am going somewhere like the hot springs, I will take just this and use this on my face and my eyes. And then I just put on mascara and a lip gloss and I'm good to go. This is a favorite of mine, and there's still so much in here and I use it so often. It feels great. It looks great. It is just such a beautiful shade that I have definitely been able to use on my cheeks as a blush and a bronzer and on my eyes, and just this one color on my eyes. It is something I love having in my collection and will never be without unless I'm forced to. I would love to try more shades from that line. So, you know, put in a good word for me with Bare Minerals. Okay, then we have this one from Jaclyn Cosmetics. This one I bought last year when her business was closing down. This is the only shade I could get. This was the Bronze Pop Heat Pop. I really wanted a couple of the other shades, but this, again, was the only shade I could get, and I love it. I was so shocked at how much I loved this one, okay? It's such a beautiful shade and one that I would not tend to gravitate towards for a blush for me, but it works so beautifully. It's gorgeous. And I have occasionally used this as a bronzer as well. I mean, it is technically the Bronze Pop, but I bought it for a blush. But I use it as a bronzer or a blush, and it works. I love it. We have this one from Ofra Cosmetics. This is a sample one, Rendevorous blush. This one I've had for a long time. You can tell that it's actually starting to turn a bit. It still smells fine, but it's definitely drying out. Oh, that's very dry. It's much darker of a blush as well. Honestly, I have stopped reaching for this one, and it's pretty dried out. I think I'm going to go ahead and declutter this one. As much as I do enjoy it, and I enjoy having that, because I have this one, and I use this one more than this one, I'll go ahead and part with this, because it is definitely old. Okay, this, I believe, is the last true powder one that I have. This is from Singe Beauty. This is the Risky Raisin, and this was a shade that I was scared to order, but I really just wanted to try it. There's something in me that said I had to, and I'm so glad I did, because it is so unique to my collection, and it is such a fun shade. Absolutely stunning. It's like a reddish brown, but it's got this little bit of shimmer to it. It's so pretty, and definitely something I love having in my collection. And I actually reached for this one more than the orange one, which surprised me. Okay, so that's the last of the true powders, but I am going to show you these real quick because they kind of are interesting formula. So one of them I bought on my own, the other I just got in the Tread Mood box. I believe it was the Palm Spring that I bought on my own. And these are the Polite Society Polite Pops Powder Blush Sticks. And they are just such a unique formula, unique container. I think this is adorable. Just so pretty. Yeah, this is the one that I bought on my own. This beautiful, beautiful orange. I don't mind doing it just directly on, but I've also been using it with a brush. Either way works fine for me. Either patting or swiping. Depends on what I already have on. So, look at that. That was 2 swipes, guys. That is gorgeous. Just beautiful. It dries down so nicely, just like a true powder. And I love it. I don't know why I keep it in that. I don't need to keep it in that. Okay, taking that out. Okay, then this is the one that I got in the Tread Mood box, and while this is not a shade I would normally use, this is Milan, I am going to keep it because I need to have a little bit of variety, and I really like all of these. So this one I don't think I've even swapped yet. Nope, maybe I did. Look at that. Isn't she pretty? Let's see. That's one. That's two. So it's definitely something that's buildable. It is just so pretty. And like I said, this is not a shade that I would typically gravitate towards, but I actually want all of the shades in this. So Polite Society, I would love those. But look at that, guys. It's just so beautiful, and it just looks so hydrating on the skin. Yeah, so, so beautiful. Okay, I'm gonna clean this off, and then we'll dig into the rest of these. We're almost through them, guys. My poor, poor arm. Okay, this one I'm not going to swap. This is the NARS Air Matte Blush in Orgasm because, you know, that's their main go-to shade. I don't know that I've ever used this or tried this. I bought this, I want to say the beginning to mid-year. I love the container. I just haven't had a chance to figure out how to use this. So I'm going to keep it, but I'm not going to swap it. Swatch it. Okay, now we have different formulas. So we have from Essence the Baby Got Blush. This is in shade 20, Peaches and Cream. I love this product. It smells great. It works great. It's messy because I put it on with my with the bronzer, so that's just the bronzer. Nothing wrong with it. I love this thing. It works best. I swipe it on and then I use a brush to maneuver it, but it feels so good on the skin. It's hydrating, it's inexpensive. If you haven't tried this and they have a shade that you like, the downside is that they only have like 3 or 4 shades, but if they have a shade you like, absolutely give it a try because they're so inexpensive, they smell great, and they're so, so fun. I just love them. Like, they do dry down. Like, it looks wet and it is wet, but it dries down and it is, you can shear it out, you can build it up. You can't build it up like too much, but it's beautiful. Then we have an oldie but a goodie. This is the Milk Makeup Lip and Cheek in Work. I don't think they make them in this size anymore. I think they're all like fatter, aren't they? Or is it the other way around? I don't know. But this one I've had for a decent amount of time. I like it. I just forget about it. It's starting to smell. Oh yeah. Okay, that smells like old chalk now. So I think I'm probably gonna actually part with this because I do forget about it. Oh, it's so pretty though. That is so, so pretty. But it smells like old chalk. I have to do what's safer for my skin, so I am going to part with this because I know I've had it open for way more than the 12 months, probably more than even 48. It's so pretty. I would probably rebuy this if I got to the point where I felt like I needed this color in my collection again, or if I got to the point where I needed this formula in my collection again. But I am going to go ahead and part with it because as pretty as it is, as much as I hate to part with it, I don't reach for it and it is smelling like it has turned. So I am sad to see that go. Okay, next we have this from Ulta Beauty. This is the Twist Tint in Creamsicle. So this one I think is supposed to be their take on, was it Milk Makeup that came out with like those jelly ones? I've not used this yet, guys. We're going to swatch it right now. And the reason why I haven't used it is because I got freaked out by it. Because when I opened it up, it's like liquidy and then jelly around it. So it kind of freaked me out at first. But I'm going to try it right now. It smells like an orange creamsicle, which I don't like. But I should have known. So let's see. That's very, very sheer. The heck is this? What? Like this over here looks a little pinky, but this is like nothing. Is it like reacting to pH? Is that what's going on here? Let's just go further down. Is it just supposed to react to pH balance? Because I'm not seeing orange. I'm seeing this turning more pink. Okay, I would not use this on my cheeks. So I'm gonna move this into my lips and see if I can give it a try and see if I like it there. And then you might see this again. So technically it's getting decluttered out of this section. So I'm gonna count it as a declutter because it's getting put into something else. So yeah, we're gonna declutter that. Like, look at that, that's just pink. That's not orange at all. What the heck? And it's very sheer. Oh, and it's not even wiping away. What the hell? Okay, well, you can tell it's still there. Oh well. Okay, we're gonna move into these. So let's go ahead and do these three real quick because these I just got. I'm keeping them all. I'm really excited. I've only played with it once. I swatched all three of these, deciding to keep them, and I am so excited. So this one is in Bombshell. And this, I believe, is probably the darkest shade I have. I don't love the applicator, but so right there, beautiful, beautiful shade. And we just need a little bit there. I'm going to put them all on and then even them out. And then we've got Showgirl. Super unique to my collection. And finally, we have Coralicious. As you can see, they're very pigmented, and even swatching them out a bit, like they can be sheared out and they can be built up. So I think that's why I ultimately decided to keep these three shades, because I felt like they were shades I could work with, especially this Coralicious one. Like, that's so pretty. Like, I didn't really have much space, so I didn't really work on this one much, but you can really shear it out or build them up. I haven't tested out their longevity yet, so I'll have to get back to you on that, but I am keeping those three. Now, this one is from Sayate London. This is the Dewy Blush Glossy Cheek Tint. This is in the shade Papaya. And I have to say that I like this formula. I like the scent. And I like the way it works. It's a little sticky for me though. So this was actually brought in to my Out the Door in 24 Project Pan to use up because I've had it for so long, and it's definitely like, this is getting all puffy. I know it's starting to go bad, so I wanted to get some use out of it. Well, as I used it more, I found that I really love the color. The color just sets beautifully on my skin, but it takes a while for this to really not look super wet, even if I set it like with powder. And so while I love the shade and I love the scent, I will be 100% decluttering this and come that Project Pan update. So I'm going to go ahead and count it as a declutter for today because it will not be staying in my collection into January. So this one will also be a declutter. Okay, so we started this with 26. We are parting with 6, leaving me with 20. Honestly, I think that that's much better than I thought it was going to be. Okay, here are the 12 items in total from the bronzers, blush, and highlighters that I am decluttering. This is actually much better than I thought it was gonna be. I'm shocked at how many blush products I parted with, if I'm being honest. I don't know, what do you think? Do you think I did enough? Do you think I did too little? Do you think I need more in any category? Or maybe I need way less? Let me know what you think my collection is missing and how you think I can better curate it. I hope you really enjoy these inventory declutter series that I do, and I hope you will subscribe and be here to see the next video that'll be coming out soon. I hope you have a wonderful rest of your day, guys, and I'll see you in a video very, very soon.